right. Welcome in, everyone, for part 3 of A Nightly Hunt. We have our 3 adventurers eagerly awaiting to get back in. We have Brett playing Algar, Bree playing Inara, and James playing Winchester. A quick recap. After investigating the town and finding many of its people having been slain by the creatures that terrorized it, they dealt with many of the giant spiders. After resting within a tavern to heal some of their wounds, some sort of large creature awoke them and attacked. Without getting a good sight of it, it rushed out into the forest. Rather than waiting for it to slowly chip away at them, our adventurers bravely chased it into the dark forest. Following its tracks, a fair distance away, about an hour away from town, they lose sight. And that is where we will hop back in. So everybody, grab an ale, prepare for a tale, for all are welcomed at the Banshee's Wail. So, Inara, Winchester, Algar, you are standing around this large print. After Winchester investigates it, he finds it to be some sort of large dragon that you seem to be chasing. The tracks have gone cold ahead. It seems like it has become aware that you are tracking it and has made it hard to follow. It rushed into the brush and disappeared. It is deathly quiet around you. Thick tree lines all around, some light beaming from above from the full moon. What do you guys wish to do from here?
I think Algar would just turn to the team and be like, so, we're fighting a dragon. Is it wise to follow it to its lair?
You know, I'm gonna guess the questions for what is wise would have been better before we were in the middle of the forest. Just a thought.
I was just following orders. Pokey pokey next time's all I remembered.
Yeah, perfect. No, yeah, for sure. So our option is A, hide in the forest. B, walk back to the town an hour away that we already left. Or C, pursue the crazy animal trying to kill us and hope we win. Multiple choice question.
I mean, if we do...
I was just gonna say, when in doubt, choose C, right? Oh,
no, that's
sorry.
E, all the above. But I don't know if we can do all that. But we could go back to the lair, because where there's lair, there's probably treasure. And it won't have a high point advantage depending on how high the lair it is.
Considering the possibly furry dragon, I would guess he's gonna know we're coming. And I don't think there's any type advantage other than hoping we stab the right stuff. You know?
Guy's just like scratching his head. Weren't we hired to kill spiders?
Spiders.
We've seen only
yes.
a few.
Yeah. I honestly think we probably should have rode the spiders, but at this point, we're here, so I guess we're either going back or we're going forward. Flip a coin? Flip a coin? No?
Do you have a coin?
I would say let's try and at least get an idea. An idea of where this so-called dragon might be. If we can kind of track it somehow and get an idea of where in proximity it is.
Right, yeah, no, perfect.
You and I are of the forest. We do know how to track pretty well. He was going... Was it southwest or northwest? Northwest? Northwest.
I think it was northwest.
So we can follow along that and see if we can find any tracks.
Can we kind of take a look for any broken branches, any kind of like holes in the trees to see if we can find a direction where the dragon went?
Okay, so you want to, from where you are, kind of investigate the surrounding area out a little bit? Okay, so roll me a survival check. Just Winchester.
Can I help him because I'm proficient? That how that
Yes.
works?
The other bugbear can accompany him. And let's see. Oh, perfect. Winchester and Algar, do you want to assist?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Just on your character sheet, just roll survival,
Oh, okay.
and we'll take the higher. Okay. You rolled the exact same thing. One of you just had an extra point. So the two of you leave Nara with Kai just a little back toward that original print and zone out. You walk around the surrounding area from the print in the direction that you know the dragon was traveling. You don't find much. And as you walk back, Algar, you spot, because you're walking back coming southeast, back to where Anara was, you spot some broken trees kind of high up, not at the very top, but the low branches, broken, heading west.
I think we at least broke west, straight west now. We want to keep going in that direction for his lair, possibly.
I think we should do that and do a little kind of keep our distance, but do a little recon when the track gets a little bit cold.
Anara, you watched as the two of them kind of stopped where they were and began to talk, so you walked up to them and overheard what they were talking about.
I give them a very unencouraged thumbs up.
All right, let's keep this party moving.
As Algar just kind of with a forced smile says this to Anara and turns toward the tree lines heading west. You follow west for a little ways, and then the break in the bottom branch of the tree stop, and you find some more footprints in the middle of the path from the dragon. You can see all four of its footprints walking, almost like it's digging into the ground, and it's following a straight line.
You know, I'm like not a dragon expert or anything, even though I literally have one. But it feels like this is too precise. Why would he try to make his track so obvious if it's literally not a dragon and we're about to get shafted?
I agree with you, actually, Anara. I was thinking the same thing. Straight, even tracks. Earlier, he was trying to evade us, and we had a hard time picking up the tracks, and now they're just there. Should we maybe follow the tracks, but not on the tracks, maybe to deeper in the woods and try to stay hidden?
So I don't know if this is really worth the effort, but I'm pretty sure one of us could theoretically be a gnat, right? And if one of us was a gnat, that one could theoretically get an idea of why the tracks are straight, you know? Because I could fly, but I also am not a gnat.
I'm not very stealthy and just kind of like moves a little bit and just hear the clink of the plate mail.
Well, Mr. One that can actually become a gnat.
Yes,
Gnat.
I would like to become a quiet baby gnat.
Baby gnat.
No, a full grown adult gnat.
A buff gnat.
A buff gnat.
Kind of looks like a
Buff
very
gnats.
teeny tiny buzzswole.
A little buzz swole.
All right. So
And follow the tracks.
So Winchester, you use your wild shape, so knock one of those off, and turn into a very small gnat. You look beneath you, and you can see these footprints from the dragon going in a straight line down this open path. Are you just going to follow it?
Until if the tracks get a little bit spotty or less dense in the ground, then I'll kind of back up and get a name of the trajectory of where the dragon went.
Okay. And Inara and Algar, what are you going to do while he follows these tracks?
I'm gonna, all 10 foot of me, gonna hide behind a tree, but like try to keep sight of him, like peer around, so I'm stealthy.
Okay.
What in his
For-
mind is stealthy, I should say. Which probably isn't very much.
Question is, Winchester, are you flying just out in the open, where they are going to be able to track you?
Us?
Yes.
No, I think they're gonna hold back just a wee bit, and then
No.
unless I heard Inara with my gnat senses just sigh. So I'm gonna. What was that, Inara?
He asked if you want us to be able to track you. Track you.
Yes, you can track my
We
nattiness.
should be able to track you.
Correct.
Well, I think you're going to roll nattiness at disadvantage, James, but maybe the deception check on that one. Okay, so Winchester, you listen to Inara saying track you, and Inara, you hear him speak in a very high-pitched, low, like kind of sound back to you. Winchester, are you going to fly, letting them follow you?
Yes, they can follow at a safe distance. But as we kind of come up on the tracks, I want to flank a little bit to the never eat shredded wheat to the west.
Okay. So you fly above the dragon tracks, kind of in the middle, a few feet above them, following, but kind of leaning toward your allies who stay on the north side of the path, hidden within the shrub. You follow the dragon tracks for a while, and it continues. The tracks are very obvious in the middle of the road, and you see them leading out. You continue to follow them, and the pathway leads to just as you stop before it, a clearing. There's a large clearing. You can, from where you are, still within the tree lines, you can see in the clearing there are two cliff sides that connect at this point. And in the middle of the clearing, you see two broken down trees.
So I'm going to kind of halt off right there and let Anar and Algar know that this is kind of where the footsteps kind of ended, and the dragon may have landed.
All right, so Winchester, you fly over off the beaten path into the shrubs, and you find both Inara and Winchester kind of crouched down behind some bushes. Inara, all you hear just to your left ear is...
Do you speak
first of all,
bug?
I don't speak Nat, Chester, so you're gonna have to dumb it down for us, okay? Human version? No? We're gonna stay Nat? Okay, that's fine. Are you telling me that there's something happening?
Well, can I?
I'm gonna return to, or actually, I'm not returning yet because I saw Algar.
Can I speak with animals?
Yes, you do. Algar, you overhear this, and you can kind of hear what Winchester is saying, but from there, you're hearing the high pitch, but you can't really break out the words. So you get a little closer to the little gnat flying in the air.
These are where the tracks landed, and I think this is where the dragon has.
So this is where the tracks
Right.
ended, and he thinks the dragon landed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that is helpful. Perfect. Yeah, cool. Here's my question. Can I use my natural explorer trait to track this creature and learn the number size / how long since it has passed?
Yes. So you move into the... you hear this from Winchester, and you break off, but still crouch down, walk over to the dragon tracks, and look over it, kind of looking around and getting a feel for the wind and how everything is. You feel the ground under the tracks. They're slightly warm. You can tell that the dragon had to have passed through here around 10 minutes ago.
Well, friends, it's been about 10 minutes, so we can't be that far behind him. But also, we do not know if we're about to get shafted at any moment. So, what would you like to do?
I'd like to kind of take the time. Do we kind of have an idea with who we are, what kind of dragon this might be? Like what kind of, whether it's smoke, acid, water, fire? Do we have an idea of what?
From the
kind of
terrain,
dragon?
just it being in the forest, all of you are familiar enough, at least with the chromatic dragons, because this one seems to be very aggressive. You can break down most likely some sort of chromatic, not metallic. The ones that you are familiar with that live in this area would be red, green, and possibly black.
Yeah, perfect. No, that's great. Fire, acid, and bad stuff.
Poison.
Poison's black,
Poison. Even worse.
Acid is black. Poison is green.
right? Acid's black.
I think
Poison's
this
green.
might be a green dragon. Because he blew a gas in and knocked me out. So this gas mask protects from that.
So poison, theoretically.
Best guess, yes.
Yeah. Cool.
And real quick, can each of you start with Algar? Can each of you read me off your passive wisdom perception?
It's
Algar,
like
go first.
90.
Verified. Definitely not 90, but go on ahead and read it out.
It said passive precision or wisdom,
wisdom
perception.
perception.
It's 11.
Okay. And Winchester?
I believe if I'm 18.
Wisdom perception, it's under all your skills, under the list of skills.
He is a druid,
Separate
so it
little-
could be... It's
It's entirely possible.
Oh, you're reading off wisdom, so
That's
go
what I thought.
straight below what you're reading. You'll see 14 passive wisdom perception.
Wow,
14,
look
correct.
at you, smart boy. 13.
13?
I'm dumb.
Okay. He's not wise. What's your intelligence?
Not high enough.
I think it's 12.
Okay, you're above average.
I do have 20 strength though, so that's all that matters.
Brawn, not
Strong
brain.
boy.
Brawn slightly above average brain.
We're gonna need that.
Yikes.
All right. So none of you detected it.
Oh, of course we didn't. Of course we
Each
didn't.
of you roll me
Shit.
where was it? A wisdom saving throw.
We're so screwed.
Better? That's better than any of the ones I did last session, so
Yikes. Not good. We're
Okay.
about to get shafted.
So the three of you standing there in the brush, kind of north of where that footprint was, are knelt down talking, and you take a moment. Everything gets quiet. You look around, and then you look down, and you see white smoke surrounding your feet as it raises up.
Shit.
Each of you feel extremely drowsy, except for Algar.
Of course.
Inara, Winchester, you fall and hit the ground.
You're welcome for the match.
Algar, you look over from where the smoke is coming from. It's actually coming from the direction you came in.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
You look over and you realize that it dawns on you that these tracks were possibly a trap, leading you in this direction. And the other two hit the ground. You look over and you see this large dragon creep up. It's not like others that you have seen. It's black scales with a white belly, kind of a streak that goes down its body. Its face is very long but narrow. It has a red mane that comes from the top of its head all the way down its back to the tip of its tail, which is covered in red fur. Instead of horns, it has two large antlers coming out of the side of its head. You see it open its mouth and smile with a maw of razor teeth. And this, let me move you guys over.
and before he does anything, can I just my reaction would to be just saying kind of a deep guttural growl. Are you scared you can't even take us on when we're awake? You have to put us all to sleep?
Oh, and actually, real quick, Inara, could you roll me a wisdom save from Kai?
Oh.
You'll do it from his saving throws. So on his stat sheet, you'll see saving throws, dexterity, and wisdom have a bonus to it. And Kai is still awake. He sees you hit the ground, and he rushes over and stands over your body, and he bares his teeth at the dragon. And I move everything over. And we're gonna go to the map. If our tech goblin wants to move everything over. All right. Algar, you say this to the dragon as it slowly creeps up, almost slithering as it walks with its long body. You see it turns its head and smiles. You don't see it move its mouth to speak, but you get almost a pierce in your mind. You don't hear a voice, but you get a message that says, "It's better so I can feast on your nightmares."
Oh shoot, what's it called? I use my ability to become one size larger, become a large creature. Oh, where is it?
I believe it is. It's one of your first abilities.
Is it just powerful build?
No, it is. I believe it's Giant's Might. Yeah, if you're smaller than large, you become large. So you're gonna use your bonus action for that, just before combat.
Yeah, just before, just be like, I'm not scared.
Okay. You activate your Giant's Might, making yourself large. You also deal 1d6 extra damage, and you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, for those that aren't familiar with it. And it will initiate combat as you hold your spear ready, Algar, and see the dragon begin to charge at you.
Okay, bring it.
And let me highlight everyone. Kai follows Nara's roll, and let me open his stat sheet. Anara and Winchester, roll me 1d6. Just from the dice on the left side. So I will actually have you guys roll it. Okay. Algar, the dragon rushes at you. It takes a bite. Which
just
hits.
Barely hits.
Just barely. Dealing 28 damage.
Oof.
You can tell it puts most of its might into this one attack. It bites deep into your side, pushing your shield away. It lets go, and you feel the warmth of your blood trickle down your body. That is its turn. Winchester, you're still asleep. Anara, you're still asleep. And Kai, because he doesn't get his orders, just stands over you, defending you. Algar, how do you respond?
I respond in wishing I still had action surge and didn't use it on Anara last session.
Oh no, you have it back. You took a short rest.
Oh, I did? I never said that.
Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah, you have second wind and action surge back.
Okay. We just didn't gain any health points.
No.
Perfect. Alright, I'm going to attack and use... Well, first, for Hytia, activate my spear.
Your spear is lit.
And I'm gonna
On fire.
go in.
Okay.
And
You stab with your spear, stabbing into the side of the dragon. The first 2 attacks cut. You pierce into its flesh, burning it a bit. The 3rd attack, you pull the spear out and swing at it. It moves back, and you miss the 3rd.
And using action surge, I can attack another 3 times, right? Because that's considered 1 action still?
Yes.
Perfect. Oof.
After it backs up, you push your attack at it, leading with your spear. You stab into its front leg, dealing damage. You take your spear and cut up with it, drawing a line up its leg. Pull the spear back and stab again. It moves to the side. You miss the last attack. 18, 25, 30.
And I still have my bonus action, so
Yes.
I will use second wind.
Okay. So,
1d10.
and your fighter level, which I believe is 12?
Should be.
That should just be your total level. Let me see. Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
So you get 16 health points back. Nope. There you go.
Alright. And since I'm within 5 feet of my teammates... I'm done. I'll end my turn there.
Okay.
Being within 5 feet is just a passive thing.
And let me roll this. Okay. You look over, watching the dragon as it kind of moves around you, just outside of your range, almost. You see its eyes are at you, the small red slits in its large white eyes, and then they slowly move over to your teammates behind you on the ground. You see it open its maw, and it takes a deep breath, and as it does that, some of the white smoke kind of hanging around begins to move into its mouth. You look over behind you at your teammates, and they start moving around in pain, and they let out small screams as it devours their nightmares, causing horrendous images to pour into their minds. It deals 7 damage to each of them.
Can I use a reaction to impose disadvantage with my protection style combat?
For that, it does not, because it's not an attack made at them.
Oh, okay.
It targets all creatures asleep around it, and that's its bonus action. You also see some of the wounds that you caused on its body heal. And then it lets out a roar at you, right in your face. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Come on. First good wisdom saving throw of the game. Come on. Hey.
Just above. And Inara, roll me a wisdom save for Kai. Good job, little dude. Neither of you are affected by its frightful presence. And it makes 2 claw attacks at Algar. Both
Pulse
connecting. It raises its claws up at you, swiping your shield up. Its claws drag up your body, and then it swings with its left, causing a slash across both of your legs. You take heavy damage. Winchester, you wake up. You're lying on the ground, covered in some of the shrubbery around. You fell into a bush. You wake up feeling a little drained, and you look over at Algar, holding his spear and shield up, larger than he was before, fighting this large black, red, and white dragon with its wings spread out. You watch it claw, spraying Algar's blood down to the floor beneath him. You can see he's swaying back and forth, holding just a little bit from the damage. What do you do?
What I'm going to do... I'm going to call lightning at the dragon.
Okay. Go ahead and cast your Call Lightning. All right. And what's the radius of that?
Shoot.
10 foot tall.
120 feet.
Spell fitness. Okay.
Never mind.
Point, which you can see in the cloud. Creature. Okay, so I'm assuming you're just aiming to hit the dragon.
Correct.
Okay. Then let me make its dex save. It hears the crackling of the clouds above it. The dragon, you see its attention move up for a moment. The bolt of lightning strikes down. It dodges out of the way, is hit by a bit of it, and takes 8 lightning damage. You hold your concentration on your spell. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Is there anything else I can do at that moment?
You have a bonus action. You also have your free action. Let's see, I don't believe you took any... Well, you also cast a spell.
Yeah.
You see... You can wild shape if you would like to turn into a different creature. As a Circle of the Moon Druid, you can still hold concentration on your spell after you turn into your beast shape.
Right, because I can keep that spell for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm going to go Giant Eagle again.
Okay. Okay, you become a giant eagle, holding your concentration on your lightning cloud above the dragon. Give you access to that eagle. You're on the ground still, just kind of sitting in the brush. Are you going to move away, or where are you going?
I'm going to move away at a kind of a safe distance from the dragon for now.
Okay, let me... Okay, you should have access to that eagle. And you have 80 feet of flying. Now you do still have to stay within 120 feet of the storm cloud that you summoned.
Correct.
So where would you like to go?
I will go...
And right here, this whole thing is a cliffside, going about 20 feet up.
Let's see. So 20 feet up. Let's see. I'm gonna just create some distance, 580 flying feet, just for each turn, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go 30 feet out and 30 feet up.
Okay, 30
From
feet
my
in which direction?
That would be
Now, this
left
map is
over there.
oriented.
I think that's, yeah. So I'd go left. I can't see if that's
Like,
towards the. I can't see if that's east or west.
so this map is oriented to the compass. So if you're looking to go up, that would be north.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
North
so you want
and
to
west.
By 30 feet
Yeah.
north, you said west?
Away from where the dragon is, right there. Yeah.
Okay. And you're 30 feet up in the air. That's where you want to hang out?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Inara, you are still asleep. Kai, still hunkering over you. You see, well, Algar, you watch as Kai leans down and bites Inara's cheek. Using his turn, he wakes you up. Inara, what would you like to do? You feel this kind of sting on your cheek, and you snap awake. You look up, and Kai is standing over you while you're lying on the ground. You can see Algar's feet just in front of you, and the large dragon towering over him.
I'm gonna cast Radiant Soul and sprout my wings, dog.
Okay. You stand up, which standing up does take half of your movement speed.
That's
You
fine.
stand up off the ground, you cast your Radiant Soul, you sprout your glowing gold wings. What else?
And then... Wait. That doesn't count as an attack, so I don't get an extra attack, huh?
Is it an action or a bonus action?
I think it's an action.
Let me check here.
Do I have a bonus?
It is an action.
Okay, so
So
all I
you
have
still
is
have
a bonus.
a bonus action. And a
If
free
I have
action,
one.
as you don't have a weapon out as you were lying on the ground.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my dagger, because we stabbing today.
Okay.
And it's probably better for me to pull out my bow, but you know what? I just really like stabbing things, so that's what we're gonna do. And then I'm going to do nothing, because I don't think I have a bonus action.
Let me see. You do have a couple spells that are bonus actions, such as Hunter's Mark.
Oh. Yep, nope, I'm gonna do that. You already knew. You see? Look at you.
Almost like I've
You
played
read
a
my
ranger.
mind. You read my mind. Well, we're gonna do that. So that way next time, he's gonna die. It's gonna be great. Stab.
Alright.
So excited.
You put your Hunter's Mark on the Nightmare Dragon.
And then I will pass to the next.
You do still have movement, and you have your wings. Are you gonna stay where you are?
No, I'm not gonna stay where I am. I'm also gonna move back, and I'm gonna move somewhere over in this tree
So
region to the direct west.
You still have 20 feet of movement with flying.
Are there any trees around me that are like actually standing? Like real ones?
Yes, right by you. Just kind of around you as you're on the edge of the trees.
I'm gonna go back and into a tree. And kind of,
Just
get
the
up
nearest
in
tree?
that. Yes. Can Kai move, or is he can't move?
Kai cannot move. He used his
He's
turn ahead
stuck.
of yours. Yep.
He's stuck where he is. So I will be overwatching Kai then.
Okay, so
Ready
you
with
fly
my
up into the tree, landing on the top of it with, you said your dagger?
Yes.
So you dagger out. You take a stance ready for your next turn. Algar, what do you do?
Standing there, or more propping myself up with my spear. I'm going to poke at him again. Gonna use my... I'm still within attacking distance, right? Because I have a 10-foot distance to attack. Yeah. So...
And real quick, Brett, could you actually mute your mic for 1 second? Tech Goblin, I think the baby is causing some static to come through. Gracias. Okay, Brett, sorry, you may speak. It was hard to hear you.
Oh, you're good. I just attacked him 3 times with my spear. And
Okay.
I would also like to invoke my fire rune.
Okay.
Or, sorry, my stone rune. Sorry.
Stone Rune.
Oh, no, wrong one.
You started to invoke fire, and you're like, wait. Nope, not that one.
I just had it up. There it is.
So, let's see here. So, you have dark vision. Force creature make a wisdom save throw. Okay. So you stab at the dragon. Once, twice hitting. The third, you swing your spear, it dodges out of the way. So it takes the damage from the first 2 attacks. 15, 25, 32. You can see your attacks are beginning to wear at it. You use your stone rune. You stomp your feet. The boots you're wearing light up with the blue runes of the stone giant. And the dragon makes a wisdom save.
What would my wisdom DC be?
Let me see here. It is based off. Let's say right here. So it is 10 plus proficiency plus wisdom. So 10 plus 4 plus 1, 15. The dragon saves. Literally. Just by it.
Alright. And I'm assuming I'm close enough where if I move back, he's going to get an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Okay. And for my bonus action, can I just hold block or dodge?
No, that is an action, unless you have the feat for it.
Alright. I'm just double checking. I don't think there's anything else I can do as a bonus action then.
Yeah, you used your second wind, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, you used it as your stone rune, so you burned your bonus action.
Oh, duh. Okay. Alright, I end my turn and hope I don't die.
Okay. You end your turn after dealing some heavy damage to the dragon. You see the dragon, it kind of steps away from you for a moment, and it looks up. You see the storm clouds above it. And you see its eyes look over everything on the battlefield. You can see it weighing its options. The dragon then turns away from you and rushes. You see it flap its wings and take into the air. Okay. It flies into the air after the giant eagle. It rushes over and takes a bite. What is the giant eagle's AC? The eagle moves out of the way of its bite. And let me roll this. The eagle backs away from it, and the dragon roars. Winchester, roll me a wisdom saving throw. The eagle, Winchester, you are deathly afraid of the nightmare dragon. You have fallen prey to its frightful presence. You are frightened of it and must run away from the dragon on your turns. Oh, hey, we are getting raided by Deck. Hey there, Worm Gang. Thanks for tuning in. We are playing part 3 of A Nightly Hunt. They are actually fighting a dragon now. They have found what was terrorizing the town and causing all of this mayhem and disarray. They are doing decent, though. A couple of them might have taken some big hits at this point. And we will actually go straight over to Winchester. So Winchester, this dragon has flown up, and you see its maw try and eat you in one bite. You flew out of the way of it. It's hovering in the air. It lets out a monstrous roar that sends a shock of fear for your life. You have to spend your movement running away from it, which is 80 feet of fly. I'll let you choose which direction. North, northwest, or west.
And which direction is the dragon towards me right now?
It's facing east, hovering in the air next to you. This giant nightmare dragon.
I have 80 feet. I'm going to go. Yeah, you said it's west of me
That's
right
east
now?
of you, so it's just hovering east of you on the map.
East of me?
So the map is oriented.
Okay. I'm gonna go 20 feet south, 15 feet south, and then
Okay.
35 feet east into that tree right above Algar.
Okay. You still have 30 feet. You have to use all of your movement running away from this thing.
Okay. And I have to run away
Yes,
from it?
you cannot run towards the dragon. Because you are afraid of it, so you can't run toward it.
And I've
50.
used how many feet so far? That was 15, 45, 50. I'll just kind of go in that back corner, in the corner of the map by that tree.
Okay, so right there is the furthest.
So,
So as you fly away from the dragon, afraid for your life, you fly far enough, not really thinking about it. Your call lightning has ended as you gain too far distance from it. You fly over and turn around, hovering above this tree. You can attack the dragon, though anything you do would be at disadvantage.
Okay, so if anything I do would be at disadvantage. So I would have to roll for that?
If it's an attack that requires an attack roll, you can cast a spell. And the dragon is 75 feet away from you.
Yeah, and can I cast a spell as Winchester while
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
in
you still
Eagle?
cast it as Winchester.
Okay. I think as I'm running away from it, do I feel like it has a pretty
Yes,
keen
it
sight
has
on me?
watched you fly away from it. Yes.
And it kind of knows where I'm at?
Was it laughing at all?
Okay.
It's still holding that large smile.
Can I do a fog? Can I do a fog cloud as I'm running away from it?
Yeah, cast the spell. Yes. And where would you like the center of the fog cloud to be? Just ping it on the map? You hold down click to ping.
Oh.
There you go. Okay, perfect. I will. "20-foot radius." Okay, so you fly away from the dragon. As you're flying away, you drop a large fog cloud in the area. And hey there, Chowclit. Yes, this is Roll20 that we're playing on. So, Winchester, you fly away from the dragon in fear for your life. As you're doing this, the other two, you watch as the giant eagle flies from the dragon, and as it does, just behind it, you see this layer of fog clouds pour out from its flight, covering that area, hiding the eagle from your sight, and you lose sight of Winchester for the moment. And Winchester, you've used your movement. We know you don't have a bonus action. That was your action, so that will end your turn. And as that happens, it goes to Inara. Inara, you're looking at the dragon. You see the dragon angry, flying in the air. You see it shake its body a bit, and the red fur down its back actually ignites, almost like fire, and its a ghostly mane begins to cover the dragon.
No, of course it does. Yeah, no, for sure. Perfect. Awesome. I love that for us. I still have Hunter's Mark on this thing? Yes?
Yes, you do.
And additional radiant damage. Yes?
Yes, you do.
Wonderful. And Kai is not right next to him, correct?
Kai is not next to him now.
Is anyone right next to him?
No, not directly. And he's
Beautiful.
also 30 feet in the air.
Perfect. So I'm gonna do Conjure Barrage, and I'm gonna send that bad boy up with my dagger and throw a cone of daggers into his stupid face. Stab, 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 stab. Okay?
Okay,
I'll
so you
cast
throw
it.
your dagger. Go ahead and cast the spell.
I sure will. I sure will do that. Die.
All right.
Stab.
All right. So, yeah, and we'll say that the cone is targeted in the direction of the dragon.
With him at the edge. Yeah, just, I don't really need
Or
the
at
60 feet
the
anywhere
front,
else.
you know?
Yeah, just whoop, right, smack, stab, stab, stab.
And it fails. So roll me 3d8.
Oh, yes, I love this for me. Roll. Oh, I could have just done it in 3. Sorry, I did it the wrong way. My bad. Second
no, that-
time's the charm.
Okay, second time.
It counts
Wow.
the 2.
And then roll. What is your hunter's mark damage? Let me go back up to it.
1d6.
D6. So roll me a D6, and then also roll me, I believe, for your radiant damage. I believe it's a D10. Let me double check.
Oh, I had it up. Radiant soul, because I'm going to destroy you and your friends.
Let's see.
Is additional 2 levels, so it would be 12.
12. Okay. So roll me a D12.
No, it's 12 points. Additional 2 level.
Oh,
Equals
it's
your
additional.
level. Sorry,
Gotcha.
my bad.
Okay.
Equals level. 12 more. Ba-dum-bum.
35. You deal full damage as it failed its saving throw.
Nice.
Stab! Stab!
This-
Stab! Stab! Stab!
Cloud of daggers rains onto the dragon. You see it, the daggers stab into it, but you see as they do the damage, it's that ghostly aura that it covered itself in. The daggers fall off of its body. You see small stab wounds from each of them, but it's like it didn't take all of it. Almost like it took half damage.
Oh my god, almost like it's a raging dragon. How awesome is that? Okay, great, I'll just cry. Perfect, awesome, wonderful. Yeah, cool.
And Kai is on the ground. And yes, Inara, she's got a little pent-up aggression from things that have happened in the previous sessions. Don't hold it against her.
Look, if people didn't try and kill me all the time, we wouldn't have this problem.
I haven't tried to
No,
do anything.
Winchester, like, he was so bad the other day. I know.
Algar,
That was so 10 years ago.
I'm gonna slice your Achilles on both ankles, bro. Both ankles.
Right
Inara,
now, that
are you going to
might
tell
kill
Kai
me.
to do anything? Actually,
Yeah. No, I don't want him to fly. He only has 1 breath weapon, yeah?
yes.
Baby boy. I feel like he should save that just, for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? Could he bite him from where he is?
No, he would have to fly up.
And then
Yeah.
he couldn't reach him.
Well, he would have to fly up, and then he could reach him.
And then he could bite him.
Yes.
Is
But then he-
said dragon, like, low-key dying, or is he, like, doing pretty good? 'Cause I feel like that's relevant.
Knowing a little bit about dragons and damage and anatomy, you look over the dragon. You see many wounds over its body, but you don't see it faulting as it's hovering in the air. So it's taken some damage, but it is not dying.
It's not dying. Yeah, of course not. All right. Nope. Yeah, no, she's not gonna send Kai out to die. She can't do it. I'm gonna tell him to get back to the east of me slightly in the tree line until my next go round here, because I will not risk baby dragon for big dragon. Baby dragon wins. Sorry.
Okay.
Say baby.
Then Algar. The nightmare dragon is hovering 30 feet above the ground in the clearing, a little way is away from you. What do you want to do? Algar? He's really thinking.
Yeah, sorry, I was
thought you
reading
froze for
chat.
a second.
He's 30 feet in the air. I have no way to get to him, right? So,
Well, you are fairly tall and you have a spear. You think you would be able to reach him with it.
all right, I'm gonna move to be as close to him so I can have the best chance to attack him. Probably not smart, but I think that's what he would do.
All right. And I'll say he is at the very edge of your spear as you stab it up. So
Okay.
you would be making it a disadvantage.
Great.
You swing at the dragon, cutting its belly with the first attack. It notices you and flies around, orienting to where it's facing you. You swing 2 more times and both miss.
I wanted to invoke Fire Rune on the first hit.
Let's see here. And we're going to set for shackles. Okay. So let's roll. I believe it's a strength save.
It is. See who's stronger.
Let me see. It is your 10 plus your proficiency, so 14 plus your strength, so 19. The chains come off of come through the ground and shackle around the dragon. It spins its body and rips the chains off of it. You can see its ghostly mane kind of forming this aura around it as it hovers above you. You can see it angry as its smile has disappeared and it's just baring its teeth.
And I guess I've used my bonus action, but can I tell if I've made him any weaker if you took full damage from that?
It took the damage from the piercing, or from the fire, but you notice the slash you made across it wasn't as deep.
Interesting. Okay. Technically, if it's out just barely outside my reach, would I be within his attack of opportunity range right now? So I have a 10-foot attack.
It does also have 10 feet of reach, so yes.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens.
All right. Dragon looks down at Algar and makes an attack with its claw as he sees Algar wearing from the previous ones.
Not that weak.
Both of its claw attacks miss.
Just sees a big smile grow on my face and just grin back at him.
You bare your teeth at the dragon as it looks at you after you dodge both of it. It's angry, and using its full arsenal, it takes a bite at your face.
That hits.
Inara, you from the tree line watch as he dodges both of its claws, moving, ducking and dodging. He bears a smile and gestures at the dragon in a very non-flattering way, we'll say. The dragon chomps down half of Algar's body in its mouth. It lifts him off the ground, shakes him, and throws him. Algar reduces in size and is laying on the ground below.
Like unconscious?
Like unconscious.
Oh, we're super screwed, bro. That's so bad.
The dragon looks over and flies, hovering at the top of the tree. You see it just above you as you've landed in the tree. It's circling above you. Winchester, roll me a wisdom save, Winchester. Winchester, go ahead and roll the wisdom. Thanks, Chocolate. Yeah, it's just what every DM needs. It totally isn't from one of my players. You are no longer afraid of the dragon. The fog cloud creating this barrier between you and it. You gather your confidence back in your giant eagle form. What do you do?
I am Iron Man. No, I'm just kidding.
Shoots a beam out of his chest.
I'm gonna go through kind of the fog underneath stealthily, wrap around the dragon, and use my talons to go for his left eye. And just kind of try and gauge his left eye and rip that apart.
Okay. Roll me your talent attack. I believe Giant Eagle just gets one. Oh no, you
one
get
talent and
one
one
talent,
beak, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll utilize both.
And roll me the beak attack. Roll me the beak attack. Okay, so you lead with the beak. You lead with the beak. It moves out of the way as it sees you come out of the fog behind it. It catches sight of you, moves away. You use your talent attack. It spins around, and as this would be the end of your turn, it uses its legendary action for the first time and makes a tail attack. Which is...
I think I just got F'd in the A.
We're about to find out.
And I believe that's literally your AC as a giant eagle. It is, so it hits. It slaps you with its tail, dealing 13 bludgeoning damage. You get slapped away from it by its tail, and you recover as you flip through the air. You settle your wings as you kind of back away from the dragon.
I can take it.
And that will end your turn. It used its legendary action in between. Anara, it's your turn.
First of all, I scream, "You guys suck!" First. Okay. Second, I'm gonna go ahead and use my lightning arrow, since no one else does literally anything to help ever. It's fine. And I'm
Do
gonna,
no damage.
you know, draw my bow because I have my dagger out. Gotta have an arrow for lightning arrow, I guess. And that's
Of course,
what I'm
Dak,
gonna
it's
do.
a dragon. Okay,
I'm gonna-
so
Hope for the best.
so fire your arrow because you make the attack roll.
And cry because once again, I'm over here carrying the team.
I wouldn't ignore all the damage that Algar's done.
Is he unconscious or is he unconscious? He's unconscious. Okay.
I mean, so were you at the beginning of the fight.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
That was on purpose. This is accidental. Different stories. Different strokes
Oh.
for different folks.
You
I suck.
draw your bow, pulling your arrow back. You cast lightning arrow on it, and you fire your bow. The dragon sees the streak of lightning and moves out of the way.
Of course he does. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use my extra attack and shoot at him again, right in the other eyeball, because he is a dingleberry,
Okay.
for lack of a better term. Here goes nothing.
And 21 hits.
Thank the
So,
Lord. Stab him
roll
in
me-
the face.
2d8 lightning damage.
Yes, baby. In your ass. Stab.
You fire your arrow. The second one hits right in one of its 4 eyes.
4? I'm sorry, what? Casual.
2 on each side.
No,
It
perfect.
hits the back left eye. The dragon shrieks in pain and moves about. Takes 15 damage.
Oh, God.
And does that end your turn or not?
Well, I
You gonna
have...
get Kai in here?
Yeah, I am. I really don't want my baby to... It's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Totally fine, right? Yeah, no, don't answer that question.
Totally fine. We're gonna be fine. Stop acting like it's not fine. Anara, keep going.
Oh, God. I'm gonna tell him... How much is this dragon, like, you know, bleeding? Like, not that much? Like, he needs to, like, still get, like, you know what I'm saying? Or,
from-
like,
Its shriek of pain and the blood kind of pouring off of it, you can tell it is heavily damaged.
heavily damaged. Great. Carinio Dracaris, and he's gonna use his breath weapon and mess this bad boy up.
The dragon is 30 feet up. Is he on the ground or is he flying up to it?
Carinio's flying.
Okay. And roll.
Where's his breath weapon?
Oh, we haven't made it. So roll me. Let me pull up the dragon's breath weapon.
That's my bad, dog. That's my bad.
Now you good?
My boy's got lightning and he's gonna use it. We are here to die. Or
This isn't like arcing
kill.
lightning that'll hit anything nearby, right?
Totally
mean-
not. Not at all.
if it does, I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Last time I checked, my job is to stab.
Steady,
If you're in
steady.
the way, you should not be.
Roll me 3d6.
3d6 it will be. Please, Lord. Eve. Right in the schnoz.
All right.
You know, I know you like that, Chester.
You
Nice.
fire off, or Kai, hovering next to the dragon, lets out a bolt,
Dracaris.
and the dragon takes it to the face. Kai flies up to its large face. Kai, being small enough to fit in its mouth, lets out this lightning bolt directly into its face, scarring the front of it. It shakes back and begins flying. You can see it losing control of its flight. And that will end Inara's turn. The dragon, as it's gathering itself, knowing where Kai is, makes its legendary action tail attack at Kai. Slapping Kai with its tail. Inara. You watch as the dragon slaps Kai with its tail, slapping Kai back. Kai does a flip in the air, but then catches himself with his wings and orients back, hovering in the air. He takes 20 damage. And it goes to Algar. Roll me a death save. First one of the game.
Feel so honored.
I know. You should.
What is it? Just a Constitution, or is there? An
I know
actual...
it's in the middle of your character sheet. You'll see death saves. There's
there it
like
is.
3 little dots by it.
Wow.
So you put two to the
failures.
negative. Yep, 2 failures.
Great. That was planned, by the way.
Yeah. You gotta add some tension in the air.
Yeah, just a little flair.
Winchester, beneath you hear a cough from Algar, who's lying on the ground. You see a spat of blood come out of his mouth onto the floor of the forest.
Damn.
The dragon, hovering in the air above you and Kai, he flies over you to the other side. You see him inhale, his chest protrudes out. You can see his scales stretch from the tension, and then he lets out a breath of white smoke that covers Kai, Inara, and all the way out to Winchester. All 3 of you make me a wisdom saving throw. To see if you fall to its nightmare breath. And Kai. Winchester, you lose your wild shape and fall out of the sky as Winchester and take 14 bludgeoning damage from the fall. Kai also falls asleep from the breath and takes 22 bludgeoning damage as Kai falls to the floor with a thud out of the air as he falls asleep. Inara, you don't fall asleep, but you see Kai fall out of the air and hit the ground with a thud. And you don't see him move. The dragon then flies over into the air, looking over the battlefield, flying up about another 10 feet, so it's 40 feet up in the air as it looks over the battlefield, analyzing everything. You can see its 3 good eyes looking over all 3 of you. As you see that wicked smile it had at the beginning of the fight come back. And that ends its turn. Winchester, roll me a d6.
D6.
Okay. And that is how many turns Winchester is asleep.
Oh.
Balls.
Inara, what do? You feel this hot rage.
I'm about to kill this dragon is what we're gonna do. So I still have my radiant damage and my hunter's mark, correct?
Yes, you do.
Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use my bonus action to make my weapon a magic weapon. And then I'm going to throw this shit right into his esophagus through the top of his skull and watch his brain explode out of the top of his head. And I'm gonna laugh while there's pink mist. I know I gotta roll for it, but I'm just speaking it into existence, okay? Hold, please.
It's gonna happen.
She's doing half my job for me.
I'm so
Okay,
upset.
so you use your bonus action to cast magic weapon, which takes your spell, so you can't cast another spell.
That's fine. I don't need another spell. I'm gonna shoot this dagger into his effing throat, and I'm gonna watch him choke on his own blood, and it's gonna be glorious. That's what we're gonna do today.
All right, roll the attack. Okay.
You know, it was a really good thought. It was a really...
Roll me your second attack.
I will roll you my second attack because it was a really good thought.
You let out your arrow.
I get +1 on each attack with my,
I know.
Okay, just saying. Okay, great.
No worries. You let out your arrow. It streaks through the air with a little trail of lightning from it. You see the dragon dodge to the right. You draw and pull another arrow and fire it. Roll me lightning damage and...
Oh man, remind me which is which. Just kidding, I have it. Hold on. Hunter's mark is 1d6.
Yep.
And my
Lightning is 2d8.
2d8. Oh, baby. Eat my arrow, bitch. Eat it.
You draw your arrow back and charge it with lightning. You fire the arrow as it streaks through the air. As the dragon moves to the right, your second arrow strikes it in the other left eye. It explodes with electricity out the back of the dragon's head as it falls out of the air dead.
Yes! And when I say I do all the work, do I not deliver? Okay?
It has 4 eyes, Matt.
You're welcome.
The dragon falls out of the air, landing next to Algar's body with a thud. His body rolls over onto the ground.
Ah,
Algar, roll me a death save.
He's about to die, bro.
no, it won't. I am very stubborn, okay? So I don't die here. Oh, wrong button. Do that.
There
I
you go.
get to roll again. Hey. Right?
There you go. Okay, so that's a positive.
Oops.
Not your last negative. Inara, you see Algar coughing up blood over the ground in the middle of this opening. Winchester still asleep on the ground. Kai also not moving over on the ground. You rush over and patch up Algar's wounds enough and set him faced up on the ground to where he can rest. You've stabilized him for now. You rush over to Kai, get on your knees on the ground and pick Kai up off and hug him as you use your Dragon Tamer magic and you re-summon your draconic companion. Kai heals and he wakes up in your arms.
Carinio, I'm so sorry. I cry and pat his little head, ignoring the fact that Algar is literally like almost dead in the corner.
Checks out.
Yeah, her priorities. That's good.
Sorry, not sorry.
You take some time, and Winchester wakes up from his nap. Winchester, you wake up and you see Algar lying on the ground, barely clinging to life in front of you. You see Inara holding Kai in her arms, crying a bit as Kai is kind of rubbing his face against her.
I kind of go, what the heck just happened?
No time for questions. Once again, I've done all the work. You can go ahead and heal your buddy Algar while I cuddle my dragon because you all are useless, as always. Do your job, please.
And I'll go ahead and go for the heal.
All right, Winchester, you reluctantly get up off the ground, dust your pants off, taking a moment. You look back over at her, decide not to say anything as you know better, and you turn and walk over
Because
to
in
Algar.
my mind, I go, I've been poisoned or sleeping this whole freaking battle, so I'm just gonna turn to Algar and do a healing save.
You touch Algar and use Cure Wounds. We'll just do the average here for you. Algar, you wake up lying up on the ground. You look at yourself and you realize that Inara has laid you faced up on the ground with your arms already crossed.
Aw, Algar, I was so ready for you to die, especially after you attacked me. But once again, you are welcome. I curtsy twice because I did all the work for everyone, as I always do. And you're alive. Congratulations.
Off the grave dirt that was sprinkled on me and stand up. Like, yes, because I do no damage at all. Ever.
Last time I checked, damage and death are different, and so far the death part is me and the fall asleep part is you and Winchester, and it seems like the odds are a little skewed in the favor of me finishing the job that y'all can't seem to do.
Yes, 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 you do finish the last 2 points of damage. It's fine.
And I turn to Algar and I say, I don't think she's ever gonna let this go.
I recommend you keep those statements on your inside voice because I still have enough health to stab you in the face before we go back. And last time I checked, if I say the dragon killed you, I don't think anyone's gonna ask more than 3 questions.
That's fine. You can kill me here. I don't have very much in me right now, but
Winchester, you're
the
looking over
spiders will
this, and
take
as she
you.
says that, Kai perks up and he just turns his head around, like he's not paying attention now.
Don't mistake his curiosity. He will bite you still.
That's fine.
All right. The dragon's corpse lying on the ground, having created a pit next to you. You look over and you see the sun breaking the horizon as it's becoming morning after this yelling contest for a little while. Where do you guys want to go now?
Now, I'm no expert, but usually dragons mean treasure, and I'm pretty sure, considering we got sent for spiders and had to fight the dragon, we should probably make sure we get any of the bonuses that come with killing the dragon, because this was stupid.
Yeah. Let's go find his treasure. Maybe there'll be something that'll help us. Like healing potions.
Some of us do need that, don't we?
Yeah.
Some of us.
Last I checked, you were pretty low from our little spat.
You know what? Not as low as you. Who was unconscious? Not me. Who finished the job? I did. You better be careful.
You're welcome. I do
Serious,
protect pretty well.
What?
as her internet makes her be a little polite to Algar. Okay, so you guys search the nearby forest for a while, a couple hours, trying to find this dragon's lair. You search the sides and you find nothing. You go back to the village to see if there's anything else kind of laying around. You investigate through all the buildings now that the sun has come out and you can see all around. You've dealt with all of the giant spiders clearing out the town, and you see the corpse of the large willow that had taken the center of town, and all the vines that came off of it have died off and withered away. You go through each of the remaining buildings that you didn't search. You go into the back of the middle building between the library and the tavern, and you rip away all the spider webs through this building, and you find a door locked. Inara, you walk up to it, check the lock, you turn around, and without even having to say anything, Winchester comes up and puts his boot to the door again, kicking it down. As he does that, you hear the door slam into the ground on a pile of gold.
I look back and I say, see? Treasure. Told ya.
Enough gold to fill your 3 coffers, each of you, in your estate back in the town of Lyalisk. Many precious gems there, and a couple mysterious items.
I would like to investigate the items.
You look over them. There's a staff, just pure white, a cylinder shaft of the staff going out as it arcs to a crescent moon at the very top. You see diamonds line the moon. You search through the gold, and Inara, you pull out a bow, finely made. It's made of a wood that you're not familiar with, but the wood bends very well, but holds shape. It's strung with a material you're not familiar with, and you feel a magic aura over it.
I lick it a little bit. Just to see if I can tell what it is. Just a little. Just like, you know?
The two of you watch as Inara over there licking her bow a bit, questioning what's going on, but you continue to search through the treasure of the dragon. We'll blur that out for the video for everyone watching with their kids at home. You also find a greenish-blue orb seated on one of the shelves in the room. Winchester, you pick it up and look over the orb. Swirling inside of it, you see a yellow eye come out from the center and stare back at you, and then slowly fades away. You take the precious items that you find in the room and stow them with enough of the gold that you can carry, with the plan of coming back for the rest. You head back to the town of Lyalisk to report back to Virion on your success. You go to the Nature's Watch. Virion, sitting in his study, told of your coming. You open the door and walk in. I heard the 3 of you had great success.
Well, I guess that's
go.
one word you could use. Here we go. You're right. You know what? I'm so tired of coming back to every single time, and we get sent for spiders, and we kill a dragon. That was not in the job description.
Virion actually perks up from hearing this. He adjusts himself in his seat. What kind of dragon?
The kind that feeds on your nightmares, which is way scarier than it sounds, by the way. super gross and furry. Did you know there were furry dragons? Me neither. Look at Kai. He didn't know there were furry dragons, and he should know.
I thought they were extinct. They dwell in the Underdark.
Yeah, no, they're alive. Alive and well. Well, I mean, that one's dead, but theoretically, they're alive and well, because that one is now dead.
And I thank all three of you. Winchester reported to my sentry that it was a team effort in taking everything down. I'm proud, and all three of you, of course, have earned this year's lodging. You will have no worries of food or money staying within the town of Lyalisk for another year at least.
Oh, thank you. That will be. Oh, thank you, Inara. I know what you're gonna say.
Did you? That's so crazy, because what I was going to say is that's awesome that we're covering the food and lodging, because I'm pretty sure these two guys owe me foot massages and a pedicure after this ridiculous extravaganza.
I'm sure as your expression has changed quite since we last spoke, Inara, that it was an adventure to say the least. I will report back to Councilmember Ezekiel on the dragon's defeat. And what of the town, the small village out there? Were there any survivors?
No, they're super dead. Like, very super dead. But we stabbed some stuff. Yeah, no, it's... What are you gonna do? Stab some spiders, stab some dragons, stabbed a tree. Can't win them all.
And your investigation over the village, were you able to put together exactly what happened?
Not exactly, but a clearish picture.
Explain.
Well, as dark things come into areas, it does attract others. And we believe that attracted the spiders, which were confined to a spire that we broke into and killed them. There's only 4 spiders there. But we believe the main form of darkness was from the dragon that you say is from the Underdark.
That would make sense. From my understanding, so the nightmare dragons affect the area that they reside in, twisting the plant life into malicious entities. Everything around it becomes chaotic.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Just hand him the gas mask and just say, I believe the town alchemist made this, and it was rather helpful in our endeavors. Kept at least me from falling asleep once we found it.
Oh, it's well crafted. These might actually help the guild with quite a few of the plants that reside in the area. I will send it over to Uradras. He should be able to replicate it.
That is fantastic. We did learn that those plants like to go poof in your face.
Yes, those poofing plants are not actually uncommon, but... And as he says this, the door behind you flies open, and you see a dragonborn wearing fine black and gold robes. He's a white dragonborn with a gold crown split up his face. I heard the 3 of your guild members fell a dragon.
One with the help of 2, if you want to be specific.
Okay.
Its body, is it intact?
That's a weird question, sir. Who exactly are you?
I heard it affected the area. We wish to research it and find others of its kind to properly deal with them. I heard it put up quite a fight for, as you said, Virian, your strongest. From my understanding, they had quite a trouble. It would be wise to learn from this creature, yes.
Well, he's good and dead over by the village, sort of like an hour away, and you are welcome to go pick apart his measly body that we have murdered.
You see Ezekiel put his hands together. Yes, perfect. I will send my researchers over. Thank you. And we will bring additional treasure to pay your guild members. He puts his hand out to Inara. He grabs your hand and shakes it vigorously, and then turns around and, as quickly as he came in, leaves the room. I don't see Ezekiel that energetic often. I guess you must have really helped.
Is he okay? Cause like that dude is weird.
His methods are a bit eccentric. I know he is the leader of the Wizard Tower, so.
I mean, eccentric's my middle name. I like to stab, he likes to bake people and figure out what they're made of. What are you gonna do? I like treasure, though.
Virian lets out a small chuckle. I hope none of us find ourselves on his research table.
Yikes.
Speaking of, actually, how is little Kai?
He's fine.
Good. Continue your research and strengthening him. You and him will be a valuable asset. The dragons in the area are growing thin, so the more we can help on repopulating the tame ones should bring more balance to the area.
I silently nod again.
Then I turn towards Virian and pull out my green orb at a distance and just ask him, do you have any idea what this might be?
I believe, just looking at it, it's an orb of seer sight. If you have an image of someone or something in mind, this should let you peer at it from a great distance. But it is something that you must know very well and keep in your mind as you do so.
Will do. Thank you.
Well, the three of you are dismissed. Enjoy some time off. The three of you turn and leave the Nature's Watch and go back to your estates for a well-deserved rest. And that will end the adventure of A Nightly Hunt. Thank you all for tuning in on this 3-part adventure. Things got a bit hairy there toward the end, but reluctant to the others, Inara did save the day.
As she always does.
Tune in for the start of the next adventure in this season here in the next couple weeks, and everyone, have a good night.